Hi everyone, I'm Alice and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do a monthly wrap up of all the books that I read in April. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first book that I read in April was The Cruel Prince, and this has been sitting on my TBR and on my shelves for I think almost 2 years now. It's been a long time. Someone please come kick me because I don't know why it took me so long. So I read this and also the other two books in the series, which are The Witch King and The Queen of Nothing, and they just got better. So this one was 4.5 stars for me, as well as the second one, but the last one was definitely a 5 stars. So there is no spice in these books, but that didn't matter. I usually love spicy books, but I have some of my favorite books ever that have basically no spice. And I don't think spice really determines how good a book is, because these make me feel all the feelings. Carden, he's a 10, but he's a bully with a tail. But somehow that just makes it better. Listen. Carden is, I think he's so misunderstood at the beginning, and you're like, I'm never gonna like this guy, like I'm never gonna like him, and then by the end you're completely head over heels for him. Both me and Jude, we were on the same page with that. The entire series, loved it. Carden was great, but I think I loved Jude even more. She's just a child, especially when the book starts. She is a teenager, but then at the end she still comes out as this strong lead of a female main character that you are like, whoa. This entire series, I would say, was 5 stars for me. No spice. I don't know if I would categorize this as a romantasy, because I think it's mostly fantasy. It's mostly fantasy with a side of romance. The main plot is on politics. If you have it on your TBR, stop sleeping on it. Go read it. But another book that I read this month, which is Puck Shy. This was just a quick, fun palette cleanser. I needed something to clean me a bit after all this series. So this one is spice. This is spice. It's a hokey romance with a plus size female main character and a hockey player, so that was great. And it's honestly, the spice is the plot. So if you're into that, I think you would love this. Be aware that it contains sharing and group scenes. So if these are no-goes for you, I think you would not love it. However, I think it was very fun. I think sometimes it's good to try something new. This is usually not my cup of tea, but I think it was really well done. The communication between the characters was always great. It didn't feel like there was cheating or there was mistrust or anything like that. So I think it was well done. If this is your cup of tea, definitely give it a try. If it's not, that's also fine. But for me, it was very fun. I rated it 3.75 stars out of 5, but definitely 5 chili peppers, because there is some spice in here. Also some exploring, there is some wax play and all of that, so it was definitely fun. Now moving on to something that I had never read before, we have Dark Decisions by Lauren Beale. This is actually an interactive romance and an interactive book, let's say. So basically you decide where the plot is gonna go, where the story is gonna go. So it starts and you're invited to this party by mistake, and you need to decide what your character is gonna do about it. You get there, and then there are different rooms that you can access. There are different things that you can do. I think it's fun also to have the story go in different directions and also come back and see what would have happened if you made a different decision, right? Definitely this was 4 stars because of the experience overall. Definitely spice also, so I think 4 chili peppers, because the scenes that happen in between, there is a lot of spice. Moving on to literally one of my favorite reads, I think, of the year, We have Deep End by Hailey Hazelwood, and this is only my second book from her. The first one I read last year was Bride, and I loved it, but this one I loved more. This one is a sport romance, and we have a swimmer and a diver. And I don't know why I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did. This is also advertised as a lot of kink exploration. There is a lot of talk about it. There is not as much action, if that makes sense. So there is a lot of spice in the book throughout. So I gave it 4.5 chili peppers, but it was not for the level of the spice. It was just how often it showed up in the book. So if you are expecting something extremely not vanilla, don't pick it up for that reason. So the spice didn't take away from the plot. The plot is some kind related to the spice. The two main characters meet because at the beginning is the boyfriend of her friend, which at the beginning I thought, okay, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if this can be my cup of tea. But by the end, you really realize how not just because someone is great does that mean that they can fit with everyone, if that makes sense. So I think that was also a great something that this book made me think about how you might be a great person, but you cannot be the perfect match for everyone, right? So I love this. I absolutely love this. I think there's also a lot of issues that are so well portrayed in it. So female main character, she has performing anxiety after an injury that she had. She goes to therapy, which I think it's something that so many more books should have representations of, and how their relationship is also helping her, but helping both of them to go through many different things. The male main character in here, immaculate. 10 out of 10. Top tier book boyfriend. Also, if you like audiobooks, highly suggest the audiobook for this one. 5-star read, spicy, but not too much. There's nothing bad that I can say about this book. So, yeah. This is super pretty. Sorry, excuse me. Hello. The art, yeah. For the last book that I read this month, it was on Arc, which is an advanced reader copy, and this one was Kiss Juliet from Emilia Rossi, and I have read every single book from her. She has 2 pen names. One is Emilia Rossi and the other one is Emilia Emerson. She writes mafia romance and Omegaverse, and this one was her second mafia romance in a series of interconnected standalones. So you don't necessarily have to read the first one to read this one, but I think it would be best because then you would really appreciate the entirety of the story. The first one is His Tesoro. This one is the second one, His Juliet, and it's about the Italian mafia and how all the men from the Italian mafia and the relationship with a female main character. This one was, again, 5-star reads. There is never been a book by Emilia that I didn't enjoy. She always writes these cozy and emotional books that really heal my inner child every time. For different reasons on different books. This one in particular, there is mental health rep. We have a curvy plus size female main character, and there's also an age gap. This one for me hit very close to home because of the issues that were represented into it. With some depression, there was a lot of mental issues that were going on. I think some of the things in here are not talked about. There is not enough rep. So to see it and to see it in such a beautiful story, I think it was great. It was really, really, really amazing. The male main character in here, Romeo, another immaculate one. Immaculate. He is Golden Retriever's cinnamon roll book boyfriend and completely obsessed with her. Like from the moment that he lands eyes on her, completely obsessed. which I love. The number of times that I cried during this book, which by the way, I read on a train, so it was also embarrassing, but it was so good. It was so good, and I cried for the best reasons. It's not because it was sad, it was just, you know, this happy, emotional cries. There is some relationships with the side characters and some of the main characters from the first book that just made me bawl my eyes out. Like, it was, I don't know why, it just made me bawl completely. If you want something cozy, something that will heal you a bit and that has some maybe rep that you don't see a lot, either that it's disability, plus size, mental health, chronic illness, just go and pick up one of her books because they will not disappoint you. There's so much care into it and they are absolutely amazing. So there you have it, guys. This was my wrap up for April. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you may add some of these to your TBR, and if you love this, please stick around, subscribe, and come back for the next video. And tell me down below which one was your favorite read of April. I would love to know. And of course, my TBR is never too long to add an extra book. So I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.